An Australian billionaire has announced he plans to build and set sail on a Titanic II.
Can we talk about the hail that just landed in Mexico yesterday? Why is it the size of a freaking softball?
The Bivian Grove has this tree that is in Belize that's sacred to them. They do their plays or rituals around it, and Beyonce used it in one of her music videos.
Behold, the sea pig. It's like nothing these scientists have ever seen before.
Yes, sir. My trigger. Back up in this thing, man. Today, we'll be taking a look at some creepy videos that defy all logic. Let's get it.
I want you to imagine a world where you have to pay a subscription fee to use self-checkout devices at major retailers across this country. Now, I want you to stop imagining it because it is about to be a reality across this country. How Walmart's self-checkout may be changing soon. Walmart, Target, and other major retailers set to begin annual subscription fees to use self-checkout. I always tried to get to the bottom of these self-checkout machines. What was the motive? I thought it was to put Americans out of jobs. But no, they want to start charging you. That's right, you, the person that's watching this, to do work. Not only do we not make any money, we are now charged to spend money. Somebody has to stop all of this. I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody has to step up. And their first order of business is they have to get rid of all of these subscription services. I have more subscription services than I can even count. They ruined TV with the subscription services. I have to pay for subscription services for channels I didn't even know I had if I want to watch a show now. They ruined TV. And now they are charging us to check out.
And I'm gonna pay a monthly subscription fee for anything at the grocery store. It'll be to bring back the regular checkout lines. At least then I won't have to ring up and bag my own groceries. They should pay us for that.
An Australian billionaire has announced he plans to build and set sail on a Titanic II. Clive Palmer held a press conference at the Sydney Opera House on Wednesday to announce his vision for completing the 50,000-ton vessel. This won't be like Ocean Gate, with billionaires confined to a small space and controlled, well, remotely. This is an exact replica of the ship that famously crashed into an iceberg on her maiden voyage, and Palmer does actually know what he's doing. Titanic 2 is actually going to be built by his own company, Blue Star Line. He said, "We are getting the best shipbuilders, designers and engineers in the world back on deck to build Titanic 2. It has 9 decks, 835 cabins and will serve up to 2,435 passengers. It will be powered by a diesel engine, but it will still feature 4 smokestacks like the original coal-powered Titanic. Is it a disaster waiting to happen?"
I wouldn't care if the top engineers in the world built this. I wouldn't get on this ship even if they gave me a free ticket. The name Titanic is just cursed.
It's been going for 30 seconds.
For the past couple of months, several people have been hearing mysterious sounds coming from the sky, and I've noticed a pattern. I'm going to show you guys 3 videos that may actually prove that these are underground constrictions, but why? This first video is coming in from Banff in Canada. Pay very close attention. This next one's coming in from Colorado Springs. It's a very similar sound. Check this out.
Listen. Whoa! Stay inside, baby. What the is that? Okay, but really. Please tell me you guys hear this. Wait for it.
So there is a pattern. The first one was in Banff, right? So check this out. So we have these mountains, follow them over down here to Colorado Springs. And then we have it also happening in Quebec and Montreal. So we have a perfect triangle. Someone is building something, but why? Check this out. This is in Montreal, Quebec.
I don't know if they're building underground tunnels or testing the sound system for Project Bluebeam, but it sounds like one of those tripods from War of the Worlds is about to pop out the ground.
Guys, can we talk about the hail that just landed in Mexico yesterday? Why is it the size of a freaking softball? Now, in the UAE, right? Hail was about this big, right? And people were telling me in the comments that it's normal. To me, it doesn't look normal at all.
Pues así quedó, miren lo que hizo el granizo, miren cómo dejó los pinches techos, miren las camionetas.
If you really believe that this type of hail is normal, it's not, okay? You need to wake up. Cause bro, ain't no way. As far as I know, I never seen hail be this large. I haven't seen anyone talk about this. And yeah, like why isn't this being discussed? This is actually crazy.
If you get hit in the head by a piece of hail this size, you're gonna be on concussion protocol, bro. Heart needs to chill.
Behold, the sea pig. It's like nothing these scientists have ever seen before. Telling CBS News,
the strong suspicion we have right at the moment is this is a new species.
It's one of more than 100 potential new species that were found during a 21-day expedition of the Bounty Trough, a 500-mile stretch of ocean off the coast of New Zealand.
We've discovered a whole range of new species, from fish to snails to corals and sea cucumbers.
Scientists dredged up new samples from as far as 3 miles deep into the water, not just getting a look at new forms of life, but also being discovered themselves.
This large specimen swam through the frame, had a little look at us, flashed its light organs once, and then disappeared off into the darkness. And that was a heart-stopping moment.
Confirmed new species will be added to the so-called Tree of Life, which helps map the evolution of life and how the species are connected.
I would have thought that the sea pig was an extraterrestrial if they never said they found it in the ocean.
God, if I'm lying, strike me down right now. I've never been in one Hollywood park in 20 years. And at 1 a.m. in the morning, the face masks come out. The devil, people start having, and it just becomes a totally different party. I have never seen it in my life. So I think what happens is when you have a bold and very specific stance with who and what you represent, it's like a bartender walking by you with the drinks.
They're not even offering you
You're not even coming to my section.
Are you saying this stuff does happen though, but it's more like manipulating people to get involved?
I am saying to you that when people speak about cult and demonic people, I've been in music and I've been in Hollywood for over 20 years, and I know it's going on. I'm sure it's going on, but I am not here to confirm it because I've actually been exposed to it myself. And just maybe they don't invite me to those parties. What I want people to know is like, man, so many of y'all sing, rap, want to act, want to write, want to direct. And I think this devilish dark industry is like this overshadowing thing that's scaring a lot of people from chasing their dream.
It sounds like he just described a Saturday night at Dan Schneider's house featuring special guest Brian Peck, bro. Hollywood is twisted.
This is the most controversial video in the entire world right now. That video shows what at first may appear to be Kate Middleton and her husband walking at a farmer's market. Now, this is the first time in a while that people have seen Kate Middleton straight up on a video, and since this recently captured video is kinda not the highest quality, everyone is saying that that is not Kate. Before we get into it, be sure to support this video if you want to see more like it. Since the video has come out, people have AI upscaled it and produced images like this in trying to get a better look at the woman who is walking with Prince William. I probably don't have to point this out, but this is Kate Middleton, and I don't know who this is, but it is not Kate. Essentially, nobody online thinks that it's actually Kate Middleton in the video, and they're coming up with a bunch of theories as to why Kate is hiding. Some people think that Kate and William may have gotten divorced, and other people think that Kate is no longer with us and the royal family is trying to cover it up as much as possible. A lot of people are also comparing Kate to Princess Diana, which if you don't know that story, I can share it. Just let me know if you want to hear it. It's much more than just an Ice Spice song.
The easiest way to end speculation would be for her to go live or make a post on social media, but I don't even think we could trust that at this point since they've been doctoring photos and possibly this video, because this looks more like Kate Littleton more so than Kate Middleton.
In my research, I have discovered maps that show a lot of these deep underground bases, or also known as dumps. These bases are in locations where there appear to have been other openings deep under the earth. And how do I know this? Well, anybody can figure it out because we have access to the ground penetrating radar data. This data shows specific types of caverns and openings deep beneath the earth, sometimes a mile deep. And what it appears when you look at some of these overlaying military tunnels, it seems as if they knew where they were at. So they actually tunneled to these actual locations, these ancient locations, and kind of made them into their path as they created their own grid.
When we look at the creation stories of our past, as different as they are from one another, there are common themes that weave them all together. One of the most obvious of these common threads is the theme of another world beneath this one, a world, subterranean world, from which our ancestors emerged.
If this is true, then the problem for me is that they're most likely using taxpayer dollars to fund these, but never disclose any information about them or allow public access. So until I get a garage opener to one of these bases, I disapprove. I'm not sure if this is just some type of jellyfish with really plump lips, but it kind of looks like something you could buy off of AdamandEve.com.
This is getting wild. The National Guard is going to be here now for the solar eclipse. This article today was released in an Oklahoma newspaper saying that they will have guardsmen present in McCurtain County for the solar eclipse. But things get much weirder. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. They're also urging residents to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and to have full fuel tanks. They're also saying that it's likely that communication facilities could be overloaded, possibly making it difficult to make cell phone calls. Similar warnings are going out in different states, including Noblesville Fire Department in Texas. And apparently schools are canceled this day, and people are going on Twitter writing statements like this: "Something strange is definitely happening. My kids in 3 different schools all got notices that school will be closed that day."
I can see deploying the National Guard for crowd control because there's going to be so many people there, but canceling school and telling everybody to stock up on 1 to 2 weeks worth of groceries kind of seems like they're hinting at something else will happen besides the eclipse. I hope I'm wrong though.
The Federal Reserve, after researching it yesterday, I was so blown away because it feels like this is a great representation of us living in the Matrix. 1913, President Woodrow Wilson was elected. When he was running for president, he was adamant of speaking against the Aldrich Plan, which is the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
But then had a meeting with the same dudes that came up with the Federal Reserve and compiled this idea where it's like going to pretty much be run by private banks, but let's broaden the term to where it sounds like it's a sect of the government. Hence the term Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Federal Reserve is not owned by the U.S. government. It is its own private institution. They created money, but the government owes interest on that money. We're so far in debt to the Federal Reserve. I think the amount that each American would have to pay to get out of debt is like $250,000 per American. So we're, in a sense, enslaved to this private institution. They control everything.
JP Morgan and the rest of the Wall Street bankers who set this up really pulled off the heist of the century. It sounds like either a Skrillex song is about to drop or her car about to transform into Bumblebee.
What happens in the dark must come to the light. What you know about the Petrified Forest in Arizona? Oh my days. So check it. They're saying what caused the Petrified Forest is that it grew over 200 million years ago near waterways. During floods, water forced the trees to be pulled up from the ground. Over time, the wood from the trees became petrified. So let's take a closer look. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life? That looks more than petrified. That looks crystallized or turned into some type of marble. So let me ask you a question. If this has been naturally petrified, who cut the wood which has been turned into stone into small pieces? And you know what's funny? Everybody's looking in the front, but nobody's looking in the background at the giant tree stumps. Now I want you to compare these pictures. This is Arizona, and this is a mining site. Arizona, this is a mining site. And again, Arizona, and again, this is a mining site. So basically what I'm trying to say is sometime in the past, somebody cut down these trees with advanced technology which we do not understand and was mining for resources. The question is, who?
This is another L for the archaeology community because clearly these trees were cut down with some sort of advanced technology to make perfect slices like that. And I don't think they had chainsaws 200 million years ago.
This is part dose of uncovering the Bivian Grove, which is the same thing as the Bohemian Grove, except the female version of it. In the first part, one thing I did not mention was how the Bohemian Grove has never had a female member, and part of the reason that the Bivian Grove started is because the women and wives of these men, and also just women that were successful, wanted their own group and being able to have something similar to this. Which then started the Bivian Grove, which their whole motto is Adventures of the Mind. They meet all over South America once a year. They have all their members come. Right now, I believe they're up to 129 members. It's all exclusive, very elite. You have to be somebody or know somebody. I will tell you some of the members. I put a picture up before that had Beyonce in it, and that's right. That's right, Beyonce. In one of her music videos, she actually that year was at the Bivian Grove, one of their yearly meetups, and they did a whole music video which scenes and parts of it are actually from that year's meetup. The Bivian Grove has this tree that is in Belize that's sacred to them. They do their plays or rituals around it, and Beyonce used it in one of her music videos. And I already mentioned Sonia Sotomayor, but one of the things that I thought was kind of funny about her is that she got called out for being part of this group, right? And when she got called out, she was running for Supreme Court Justice at the time. And so she stepped down, but that same year she went to their yearly meetup. So did she really step down? I don't think so. The head CEO, Anna Kaplan of Goldman Sachs, is part of it. She's also part of a bunch of other things. She owns a business that is risk assessment, and I noticed a theme that a lot of these people own businesses that are in credit or risk assessment. Funny thing was, 2 years ago, Amber Heard was a guest at the Bivian Grove, their annual meeting. She was there. And yep, guess who else is part of the Bivian Grove? You got it. It's funny that she's part of it when one of the missions of the Bivian Grove is to get a female president into office at any cost. They actually say that on their website, at any cost. And that's right, some would call her the Queen of Comedy, and others call her the exec officer of the Bivian Grove group.
The Bohemian Grove is bad enough, so the last thing we need is a second one, and judging by some of these members, it might even be a little worse.
There's a whole thread on Twitter that just literally blew my mind. If y'all have not read that thread, I highly suggest you do it. It's by Nick Hinton. So the Mandela Effect debate about the Statue of Liberty is whether or not it's on Ellis Island or Liberty Island. And depending on which dimension you are in, it depends on which island the statue is actually in. I know that sounds crazy, but let's get into it. So here, in this picture, it's actually on Liberty Island. But in this painting, it's on Ellis Island. And these images from Google Maps on the street view show that just the bottom of the statue is on Liberty Island. The rest of the statue is just gone. What? How is half of the statue there? But it gets even weirder. The account that uploaded those pictures goes by the username August Bartholdi, who was the designer of Lady Liberty. And the account also has his picture from the 1800s, and he's verified by Google. What? I'm so confused. And to make things even stranger, when the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island, you could go up into the torch. There's a lot of people that remember going up into the Statue of Liberty and going into the torch. But with the Statue of Liberty being on Liberty Island, you're not allowed to go into the torch. And I think the craziest thing of all is all the pictures that people have uploaded to the internet where they're standing in front of the Statue of Liberty, but the Statue of Liberty is not there. But it was there when they took the pictures. And they were on Ellis Island. It's not there. Statue of Liberty is gone. Here's another one taken from Ellis Island with the Statue of Liberty gone. Pictures of the background with open water. The Statue of Liberty is nowhere to be seen. Oh, Statue of Liberty, just open water. I'm telling you, there's something up with this flagpole right here. In some of the pictures, that flagpole is there, but the pictures where the Statue of Liberty is behind them, that flagpole's not there. See, there's that flagpole again. The Statue of Liberty is not there, though. There's that flag again. And again. As you can see, they're tagging Ellis Island because that's where the Statue of Liberty is at when they're taking the pictures. I don't know, y'all. I think this is just some crazy Mandela effect, but what do y'all think?
I personally remember being taught in school that the Statue of Liberty was located on Ellis Island, so this could be one of the strongest Mandela effects ever if it moved the whole statue. But let me know what you guys think about this one.
If this is in your home, your day is ruined.
Alright guys, we're back with a part 2 for items that people found in their house that you would not want to find. In this video that I was tagged in, this guy's doing some work when all of a sudden he discovered a board wedged between this wall and the wall that he's working on. When he reaches behind and pulls this board out, he's discovered that somebody has placed a Ouija board inside of the wall. For those of you guys that don't know what a Ouija board is, let me give you guys a brief explanation. A Ouija board has a basic layout. It's got the entire alphabet, numbers 1 through 0, goodbye, yes, and no. And for those that are superstitious, Ouija boards are believed to allow you to be able to communicate with people from beyond the grave. To use it, people place their hands on this little piece right here, which is a magnifying glass. They ask questions to the dead person, and it's supposed to move your hand around and give you guys the answer. A lot of people think that Ouija boards are direct portals to demons, though, which is why you wouldn't want to find it in a wall. So let me ask you guys, if you were doing a renovation and you found an abandoned Ouija board hidden in the wall, what would you do?
If I find a Ouija board stashed in the wall, then I'm gonna act like I never saw it and drywall right back over it.
A woman in her 80s has a very close encounter with a UFO in Baja California. These are some of the images she captured from what she claims was a UFO. She also claims that there was fire around the craft, and they were in a pair of 6. While the other 5 disappear, one of them stayed in front of her. She said she could see glowing beans inside the craft.
If this is real, then this lady deserves some sort of award for capturing the clearest photo evidence of UFOs that we've seen to date at 80 years old, and my grandma can barely even send text messages.
Tới nước rồi chị.
My best guess is that these are literal Flint Stones, because I know that Flint sparks like this when it comes in contact with metal objects, but Buddy is about to singe off his fingerprints touching it without gloves like this.
Captured on a home security camera, looking out across a park, the stillness of the scene is suddenly broken by the appearance of a figure. It appears to be a female holding a bag. She seems to appear from nowhere, and then walks across the park. Is this a glitch in the Matrix, teleportation, a camera malfunction, or just an elaborate hoax?
If this is real, then it could just be a glitch in a camera, because if not, then she just discovered the entrance to the Hogwarts train station.
This dog has a literal NPC boundary. We're gonna go up this hill, and he's not gonna go any further. No matter how much you try, he's just stuck in bounds. Go up this hill, keep going. Maybe I'm going on a new quest, new mission. What's going on, buddy? I guess we need to go the other mission. Okay. Oh, where are you going?
I would follow right behind that dog, because clearly it senses some sort of danger up ahead that made him break off into a full sprint like that.
Cool light show going on here, but don't know how it's doing this.
Whoa. Oh, then it starts over again.
And it has like a whole bunch of different patterns that it's doing.
I don't know, that's true.
Whoa. Oh wow. It's doing all sorts of trippy. Where is it coming from? I'm trying to figure out where it's coming
that
from.
mean at the bottom.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. Must be some kind of loop.
I've never seen any kind of like lights like this ever anywhere.
I can't tell how far that is.
I know.
Either this is some new type of laser light show or a Project Bluebeam practice run, because I've never seen anything like this.
Happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody. And it's time for my 100-year-old mummified leprechaun, what my great-granny left me, to go back to Ireland on a road trip. And also, he's taking his girlfriend, Mrs. Banshee. So, hope you enjoy the trip. Happy St. Paddy's Day! He's come home to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day. He's having a good look round. So he's told me he lives up this lane, well, bloody path, and it goes on for quite a few miles. He's come back to see where he used to live. In a forest. Hey, diddly dee. There he is, with his girlfriend, the Banshee. And this is where he was captured, over 100 years ago, along with his girlfriend, the Banshee. Oh, look at his little face. He's really happy.
You could tell by the smile on his face that this leprechaun had an incredible St. Paddy's Day. All he need now is a pint of Guinness and he might start river dancing. But that was the video, guys. Don't forget to sub up, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.